Alrighty. We are good to go. Okay. Yeah, we're good to go. Sup, Scott? How's it going this morning? How is it going? Shh, 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 shh. Sick offspring, gotcha. Hopefully they get better quick. Some nice trades overnight with my settings here. Cliff, good morning. Good morning. Welcome in. It's FOMC day. I'm thinking, yeah, it is a season to get sick for sure. FOMC is supposed to come out today, so we'll see if that happens or not. But yeah, some nice trades overnight with my settings here, up 1800 on the live stream account here. 1857. So almost 4R of profit. Again, just on the live stream settings, nothing special. The EMAs, break even stop 1050 on sim full auto, require impulse move. So same as usual, same as they've been. No changes there. And I think we had no losses. So yeah, we had a partial win last night here. Partial win. So 0.5R there. Had a full win here. So add another 1.5. So we're up 2R. Full win there. So that's 3.5R total. And then a partial win. So 4R. Obviously after commission, it's a little less, but 4R before commissions, which is really, really good. So everyone complaining about doing bad yesterday, if you stick to the system, I mean, you're up, pretty much recovered all the loss from yesterday. But yeah, up very, very well. So we'll wait. We got market open right here. I have this on Central Time for some reason. I haven't changed this VPS. Maybe I should do that. God, there's so many time zones. Where is the EST? Oh, right there. Okay. There we go. Yeah, good morning. And let's have a good day. FOMC is, again, later. So, of course, we will see how that goes. But bit of a move up on the open. NVIDIA hit like 209 overnight. A real big pump on NVIDIA. Getting all my prop firm accounts connected here. Turned off setting after getting 2R overnight. Yeah, what a night. Recovered pretty much all the losses, I think, from yesterday. So everyone complaining about it yesterday, if you stick to the system, should be green. Should be green. So, but yeah, even shutting off 2R, not a bad idea. It's F1C day, right? I'll keep it running on the oh, Apex disconnected. Okay, well, it's been letting me connect lately with 2 logins, so we will what should we do here? What should we do here? We do have London High above us on ES and NQ. I'll reconnect this in a second. I will reconnect this in a second, but we do have London High right above us again. It looks like that's kind of the draw right now. If you guys have any questions, let me know. My thing just disconnected, but I will reconnect that here in a moment. But for the meantime, I'll just announce some things here. London High is at 49.25 on ES and at 309.75 on NQ. We do have the update coming fairly soon. We've been working on it all weekend here. Got a question actually how the iFVG update will work. Will we do anything? It's just gonna, or is it just going to happen, if that makes sense? You'll have to reinstall some stuff. Yeah, it's not just gonna like automatically update on your system, if that's what you're asking. But yeah, the update pretty much, I mean, we're still working on it. We're trying to get it done as quickly as we can, but obviously testing stuff a lot. It's seems like simple fixes, but nothing simple when it comes to NinjaTrader code. So we're still working on it. But again, it has swing points, has some other just tuned stuff to make it better, in my opinion, right? But yeah, once the update's done, pretty much you will reinstall and import it to NinjaTrader, and that's it. Nothing too complicated. And we'll send out an email, all that stuff. So we did bounce off the 50% level on ES really, really nicely. NQ, the 50% level is 237. So I don't have this connected right now, but 50% level is like right here. A little crooked, but it is right there. We do have a big bearish SMT with NQ and ES right now as well, which isn't good if you like longs. But 50% level here, so we did kind of bounce off of this. Covenant for an intrader 8.6. I think the newest one. Is there a difference in that? Because I don't really know too much. But yeah, 50% level here. London high again is up here right at this level. So I'm thinking it looks like for now this is the target. And it's starting to chop already, so with 8.1.6, I'm trying to change the... I'll remind him. He probably already knows, but I will tell him anyway. I don't know because I don't code, right? But I'll remind Ben. He's sure he already knows, so. Dar just messaged me his settings. I'll check that out in a second here. He was using the one right before 8.1.6 that it was like 8.1.52 or something like that. I'll remind him, but NQ starting to move lower here. ES is not moving lower. Not quite as bad, I should say. Again, it looks like this 310 London high was the draw. We do have a bullish SMT below us too. So we have an SMT on both sides. Again, I don't have this connected right now because Apex bugged out on me. But there was 4 wins overnight. 2 full wins and 2 partial wins. So, I mean, yeah. If there's any trades, let me know, because of course this happens, right? Been using the 2 connections all month, and now it disconnects here. But it is what it is. But yeah, we have a bullish SMT right here on NQ. It's from this low. So we have a bullish SMT right now. I mean, this isn't live updated price, but basically from here to here, bullish SMT, which is good for the bulls, but we also have a bearish SMT at the highs from, I think it was like right here, something like that. So we'll see, but NQ starting to move higher a little bit here. It's still a little slow this morning. Again, we do have FOMC later, so the action this morning might not be great. Good morning, Gio. I'm doing well. My Ninja Trader disconnected, and I'm just gonna wait a little bit to reconnect it because Apex decided I don't have 2 logins this morning. So even though I've been using it all month. So yeah, I'm just disconnected right now, just chatting. But yeah, doing well. Hopefully you're doing well also. Starting to get some more selling pressure here on ES. Is what it is, yeah. As soon as I start the live, right? But Yeah, ES does have some equal highs up at 48.50. I'm looking at the 30-second chart actually. So 1 minute chart still has some. And again, it looks to me like London High is the draw. But if we're too choppy and we don't go fairly soon, then it's not going to work out very well. So NQ is approximately 45 points away from London High. ES is about 7 points away. So pretty equal amounts, I would say. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it's been pretty choppy. If we check the 3-minute chart, it's already barcoding, especially on ES. I mean, if you check that 3-minute chart on ES, we are moving sideways for sure. So that's about it there. That is about it there. I do want to see ES and NQ both go up to London High though. So hopefully you guys are doing well though. Again, my settings on the Autotrader last night up 4R. So all the complaints yesterday, which yesterday wasn't good, right? It is what it is. Can't make money every single day, but should be back in the green column. Looks like a lot of people turned it off because of FOMC. Looks like Geo's personal algo did really well. 16 wins in a row, done in 8 minutes. That is impressive, my man. I know it's a hyper scalp, really quick, but I mean, still 16 wins in a row is really good for anything, obviously. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Geo, if you're still in here, how many points or ticks does your algo go for per trade? We just created equal highs again at 45.75 on ES. So I think we will want to break that. And we do have, again, some equal highs at 46 and then some equal highs at 48.5. So we'll see. We'll see there, but 50% level is my favorite thing you've ever taught me, Joey, for real. Awesome, my man. I'm glad to hear I can help someone learn something, right? So that's cool. But yeah, 50% it bounced perfectly off of that on ES this morning. We dumped right to it on the open, bounced right off of it. So that's really cool. NQ got fairly close. 50% level is at 37. We hit 44. So not exactly, but not exactly. Want to see, I really, really want to see ES and NQ go for the London High though. I took a stab long. It almost hit my break-even point. Not quite though. So I'm still just sitting in it. I don't have the best entry. I'm only going for 4 points. Just tapped my break even, but not quite break even yet. And I don't want to go break even too early, but I also do want to play defensive today. So we just made equal highs at 46. I do not like all these equal highs we're making. NQ's getting lots of weird selling pressure and buying wicks though, so it's a little confusing right now. Probably best to be not in a trade, if I'm being completely honest. Still hasn't broke that 46 level. All right, there we go. I'm gonna go break even there. Got really close, 1 point from my TP. 2 ticks from my TP. Oh no. Go up one little more. Dude. Okay, there we go. It just touched my TP to the tick. So I'm out for a win there. I will reconnect. I sold at 48.5 there on ES. The only reason is there is 3 equal highs there on the 1-minute chart. London high is 3 ticks above that. And, you know, there's so many times that we go sweep something real close to the London high or Asia high and just reverse. And I don't want to risk that today. I need a good day. Need to get in the win column. Okay, so let me reconnect now. Let me reconnect. So yeah, I literally got a top tick fill there. Perfect fill. Exit at 48.50 on ES. Perfect fill, and it reversed and would have almost hit my break even already. So chart isn't frozen. I'm reloading. I'm reconnecting right now. Sorry about that. I'm reconnecting right now. So, but yes, it technically is frozen. Technically is. But yeah, yesterday, I gotta admit, I was in a bit of a spiral. I broke some of my rules yesterday. Yeah, broke some of the rules yesterday, and luckily, you know, I lost about 700 on my Apex and Buenox accounts. My other accounts ended up, but ended about break even. But yeah, not the best day for me yesterday. Made some poor choices, but overall, we are still very green on the month, and that's all that matters to me. So reloading here. Hopefully we don't freeze NinjaTrader or anything, because, you know, sometimes it does freeze, and that's part of the game. So all right, we are loaded up. No trades this morning. Again, up 4R. London high, I do think will be hit. And for those of you just joining, am I a Michigan fan or well, I'm from Michigan. As you can see from that football, I'm from Michigan, and I swam D1 at Bama. So I'm a both fan. Gio, your algo for 5 to 10 ticks. Gotcha. That's definitely scalpy. But yeah, for all of you joining, update coming soon. Okay, we're working hard at it. You know, I said November we're gonna try and get it to you by, and we still are. But I'm trying to make sure it's perfect. So, you know, it may take a little longer, but we've been working the last, like, I don't even know, 10 days, like I don't even know. It feels like 10 to 12 hours a day. So, but yeah, let's review these trades from the night. Let's review. So yesterday, let's look yesterday, okay? Because there was a lot of losses. So let's just show what can happen. We have 2 losses here. That's 2R gone. We have a partial win, so you're down 1.5R. A loss, so you're down 2.5R. Loss, so you're down 3.5R. So down 3.5R yesterday. This was a loss at market close. This is central time, so market close. So I won't count that because you shouldn't be trading market close anyway. So down, what did I say, 3.5R? Right, not a great day, right? But overnight last night, we have a full TP win here. Okay, so that's 1.5R. Then we'll move on. We have a full TP win here, so that's 3R. We have a full TP win here, 4.5R. Break even, or a partial win, break even, so that's technically 5R. I ran it live. I got a slightly different fill, I think, on this trade, and it missed my TP, the final TP, so this is a partial win on this trade. So basically 0.5R here. This brings us to 2R total. This brings us to 3.5, and this brings us to 4. So there it is, 4R. I'm up 1850 on the live stream account, right? 4R would be about 2,000, so after commission, about 1857. And no trades so far today. And again, I'm very, very happy I got a top tick fill there on ES. But yeah. Let me import that to TradeZilla. I'm glad I wasn't too greedy there. I'm very glad I wasn't too greedy. Yeah, if you guys have any questions about the update, about this, the current version, just let me know. I had a couple guys talking some trash in the Discord yesterday. Ended up banning one of them. He said he caught me with my pants down because I'm a scammer. I think you guys know that's not true, obviously. Yeah, about 3.8K on the funded accounts today, so about 260 per account. I'm still red on the week because of yesterday. Down about 1 trade on the week. So is what it is. Down about 1 trade on the week. Yesterday, you know, should have only been one trade and loss for me. So I should be break even on the week. Didn't happen, but you know, we're still live and we're going. So yeah, there was a guy in the Discord yesterday. He DM'd me about a week ago and was just asking some stuff about why my EMA line didn't match when the dots were crossing and all this stuff. And he was pointing out a few things that I didn't notice before, right? But he was basically just saying, if I had, you know, 1 day loaded on my chart, which right now I think I have 3. Okay, it's working fine. But if I have 1 day loaded, my EMA line won't load properly and it'll get different trades than if I had 5 days loaded. And he said I was purposefully doing that to skew the results. And then he was, because, you know, Tom in the Discord, someone tweaked Tom's settings and used 144 EMA instead of the 200. And that's what I had on the chart. So I had my 144 EMA in the strategy, but I forgot to change the indicator to 144, so it looked mismatched. Guy was all over me, thinking I was trying to skew results and all this stuff. Oh, jeez. Ended up just banning him. He wasn't really providing much to Discord anyway, so. Also, reminder, don't talk in the testimonials. Try not to. Try not to talk in the testimonials. But, yeah. So we're moving towards London High. Again, I said I think this is a draw. And, you know, if you guys do listen to my call outs, I tend to be right quite often on just market direction or certain trades. I try, but I'm glad I cut out where I did on the ES trade. It would have been a break even if I held for London High. So I wouldn't say lucky there. I would say that was pure skill. Top ticked. But yeah, about 260 per 50K account, and about 500 on my $500 per account on a couple of my top 1 futures accounts. You mentioned being greedy. Are you doing semi-auto so bad as entry? Well, I do a lot of manual trading myself, so that's more of what I was talking about. But when it comes to the bot, I do tend to just let it play. Some people do really, really well by letting the bot take the entries, and then they manage the trade to their discretion. And I think that can work really, really well for a lot of people. And I know some of the guys are starting to use the semi-auto mode, which, again, reminder, you can use the semi-auto mode by like basically turning off the full auto, and then you basically turn these off, and then I can mark this out. Okay, now boom, purple line there. This is London High. So it's basically telling the bot like, hey, if we sweep this, look for a trade off of that, right? So you can mark out your own levels and look for trades. And I think one of the guys have been testing that out, and he's been liking it so far. You obviously get less trades, but they might be way higher quality trades if you mark out certain key levels, right? But yeah, if you guys have my settings, some of the guys are saying they didn't get those trades. If you have my settings, you should be getting those, because I have the exact same auto trader as you guys in the timeless trading TM file here, using the exact same settings as what I post in the Discord here, right? The only difference was I was testing a different EMA SBS file, so you can see like the dots and arrows are slightly different than the public file, but it works, you know, the exact same. So but yeah, some nice trades there overnight. I'm happy with that performance. So check the last 3 days. I don't know if we're really up the last 3 days or not, so we are, but drawdown's a little heavy. So, and also someone was asking why don't I update the Claude file. Not to interrupt what I was saying, but this trade is terrible, but it's good because we have London high right here, and I think that's a good draw on liquidity. So would I ever take this trade on a funded account? No, because this fair value gap is formed so long ago, formed at 3 in the morning. But you know, I would say this is probably a C rated setup personally. But again, because of this London high here, which we actually just swept on NQ, not on MNQ. Okay, as I said, it's a strong draw on liquidity. I think we go sweep it. We just swept it. Okay, so that makes it still not a terrible trade. I mean, yeah, we swept the low down here, so technically it's looking for longs. The nearest long happened to be up here. It's a bad trade, but good in the context of we have the London session high right above us. It's going to be a strong draw on liquidity. When you're 10 points away, generally you do go hit that. So, I mean, very, very solid in that aspect, and I cannot complain. Sometimes you just gotta take a step back and think, oh, well, it's actually not that bad. But if you look at it from a checkbox, like, did this check all the boxes? It probably didn't, right? So I'm gonna close down my Quan Tower here. Boom, close down. Okay, so we're gonna hit full TP. We got real close here. I think we hit, yeah, we would have hit on NQ. There's a bit of discretion with MNQ here. So we actually hit 17.5 on NQ. MNQ has not obviously hit 17 yet. If this hits though, we're up 5.5 R, and we just touched it to the tick. We just touched it to the tick. Oh no. Again, I should turn fill limit orders on touch on, and that would have filled it. And I think, oh, we do we have news? Yeah, we have medium impact news right here as well in 60 seconds. So again, we haven't swept. We're not exactly matching up here on MNQ, and it's going to cause us to end up going break even here, which would bring us to up 4.5 R on the day instead of 5.5 R. So guys, Nvidia's at 212. 212. It was at 190 yesterday morning. It's up 10%. Well, I'm glad I've been adding into Nvidia. I'll tell you that. In this market, dude, there's a full win. That's beautiful. In this market, dude, I've just been adding and adding. Even though we're at all-time highs for the last 2 months, I've just been adding and adding and adding. Because here's the thing. If you're thinking long-term, 5-10 years down the line, we know that most of these stocks are going to be higher in 5-10 years, so it doesn't really matter right now when you get in. It's not worth waiting for the pullback. Friend says that you have a trailing feature. Yeah, I don't use it personally, but we do have a trailing feature. It's just a simple trailing stop in here. It's right here, trailing stop. It works just like the NinjaTrader ATM trail. You can check this. You can put it in a percent of the full target. So say, you know, the full target is at 2 to 1. Say you can set it so when we get 40% of the way to your full target, it'll start trailing by, you know, however much you want it to trail by. Or you can set it to, you know, once I hit 30 ticks of profit, I want it to trail 30 ticks behind current price. You could do something like that too. So I think it's cool. I don't use it personally. At least I haven't tried it. Yeah, we are up really, really nicely today. Really nicely, 25.85 now. I don't think this strategy performance even updates. No. So it might not even, that 1,000 might not be including today. I don't remember. I don't think we've had the best. Yeah. Dude, NVIDIA literally 212. Palantir and NVIDIA are working together now. Palantir 196.80. Wow. AMD probably not doing much. 265 still. Crazy. I even added to some AMD at 240 like a week ago. It was the all-time high, but still. Google, I think, has earnings today. So Google's sitting around 269 with earnings at 4 p.m. We'll see how that does. Amazon dropping to 228. I think Amazon has earnings this week as well. Tomorrow at 4 market close, I think. I might have to call it here though. I mean, it's really good. With FOMC later, I don't want to continue trading. So, you know, on funded accounts, definitely I would call it here because you're up literally 5.5 R on the day. 5.5 R. So again, I was risking $500 per trade on the live stream account here. And we're up 25.85. So 5 R of profit, guys. I mean, that's great. And yesterday was bad, right? About minus 3 R yesterday, 3.5 R. And everyone was mad, and people are still going to be mad because they didn't have it enabled today. Or they said they haven't gotten some of the trades. I'm asking for their settings. I haven't seen them yet, but this could short here, if I'm being completely honest. I'll leave the live stream account here, but funded accounts, I would definitely be turning that off, okay? You're sold. Yeah, reminder for anyone in here that's looking to get into this, right? It's not entirely set and forget, right? Sometimes NinjaTrader bugs out. Sometimes you're left in a trade, right? It's not foolproof, right? We're working on tuning things so that NinjaTrader can read the code properly, but you almost have to like dumb things down for NinjaTrader sometimes. But anyway, not every day is going to be good. If you're going to buy it, I encourage you to stick with it for 2 or 3 months, right? There's so many people who buy it and then a week later cancel, right? Or, you know, people who buy it Monday and yesterday was their first day using it and it lost 3.5 R. So like it's obviously, and then they cancel, right? So you need to stick to it and play the long game. And usually I would say you'll probably come out ahead, right? But you have to stick to it. That's what I say all the time. Are we lagging behind here? Are we lagging behind on the chart? It looks like I think we are, yeah. I think we are. I can't, yeah. Yeah, we are. Okay. Yes, I'm definitely sending out an email today. I'm going to post a recap, and, you know, for the guys who are saying I don't post bad results on the recaps, I mean, I live stream every day, and some days are atrociously terrible, so I'll post a recap of yesterday and today. Okay. Can honestly endorse new people that you all are legit. Gotta focus on the good risk management. Appreciate that, Gio. Appreciate that. I always appreciate the kind words because, you know, in this business, there's a lot of negativity. Yeah, I mean, we do have 68 reviews on the WAP website. Every single person has left a 5-star review. And, you know, it's just like Amazon. You know, you're free to leave whatever kind of review you want. So, you know, I can't force you to make me give you or give me a 5-star review. So, yeah, the products work. Again, I recommend be hands-on with it. Don't expect to buy it and, you know, just copy Joey's settings and instantly make tons of money, right? Because it's not going to work like that. People who put in the work, maybe, you know, take my settings, tweak a few things, and take, you know, maybe on the weekend, take my settings, tweak a few things, you find something new, you really like it, you move forward with it. Or use my settings, use it on sim, get comfortable with it. Maybe you learn how you like to manage the trade. Maybe you like a trail stop. Maybe you are a kind of person that likes to drag the TPs around or go for bigger trades, right? Like, let's see. This trade here was a short, right? And it hit first TP and then break even. If you wanted, you could have managed the trade differently, and obviously look at how far it went down from here, right? So I'm not saying to do this or that it's easy to do this, but like it did go down an extra 40 points from the entry. Same thing with this long, right? If you were on your screen, obviously at 3 in the morning, I mean, this trade ended up, you captured 12 points, right? But it ended up going up 40 points. So again, you can adjust and make more money. It's how you read the market. Same thing over here. This long ended up capturing 13 points. And again, it ended up going up 50 points. So, I mean, these are just a couple examples from today. It's not going to work in your favor all the time if you do this. I'm just showing you that, you know, you can drag TPs and get a little extra juice. And I mean, in this context here, with the London high right here, I wouldn't have tried to reach for much more than that because we're already sweeping a key level. But yeah, I mean, it's been good. It's been good. Anyway, I'll shut up about that for now. ES and NQ did both sweep the London session high. Nvidia's down at 210 right now. That's part of the reason for the pullback. Let's check gold. Gold is above 4,000. Pretty big pump overnight on gold. Up 2.5% overnight. So yeah, big push on gold there. It's kind of weird that gold's ripping and the market ripped overnight as well. Usually they're not that correlated, but they're starting to become uncorrelated a bit here with, you know, gold trending up here and NQ trending down. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know about the Autotrader. I love the group. We're doing everything we can to improve it. It's already a really solid product. And yeah, for all of those who say this is a beta product, you're lying to yourself. Anyway, Scott says AI bubble and USD devaluation. I personally don't believe it's an AI bubble. That's my opinion. USD devaluation, I do believe that though. Those two combined, I could see how both, you know, obviously are moving, but I don't think it's an AI bubble personally. Is it odd the way we move? Yes, it's definitely more of a momentum market though. I would tell you that, versus a valuation market. Yeah, super happy. I mean, we're already green. I'm green on all my funded accounts. Very green with the Autotrader here. And it's before FOMC. So again, if you've caught these trades, even if you just caught this one trade here, I mean, FOMC later, I would be calling that, right? And again, I don't know if you guys trade ES a lot, but I think ES has been way cleaner than NQ still. It's a little more predictable, a little bit slower. You can take a few more contracts on ES as well, so it's a little easier if you like scaling. So I think it's been very clean for the most part. And again, it's just a little less whippy than the NQ is, which obviously makes it a little easier to not just get wicked out all the time. Excuse me. But yeah, for those of you who haven't watched the iFVG course I posted, you know, you get access to a little inverse value gap course I made. It's about an hour total on the WAP with your purchase of the Autotrader. So there's obviously more knowledge to gain besides just the Autotrader, but 50% level worked wonders this morning on ES. So Geo Gold's been nice too. It moves fairly decisively, though it's hard to get a good sentiment going. Yeah, I get that. Have I tried this on ES? I have a little bit. You have to tweak quite a bit. And generally you're gonna inverse value gaps do work better on NQ because it has a little bit more volume, a little bit smoother, especially overnight, right? If you trade it on ES, I don't really believe that it would be that good overnight, because if you just take a look at the ES chart overnight on the 1 minute chart, it's pretty like low volume from the looks of it, versus obviously NQ, much more full bodied candles. But yeah, you could, I mean, you can use this on ES. You just have to tweak quite a bit, right? You might want to, you're going to need to lower or fiddle with the swing strength and swing high-low minimum ticks. Those are going to have to be lowered. It's at least the swing high-low minimum ticks here. It's going to have to be lowered from 50, probably down from the range of like probably 15 to 30 would be my estimate there. Because remember, that's about the range that is required for a trade to be taken, right? So on NQ, we're saying it has to be in at least like a 50 tick range for a trade to be valid, right? So obviously on ES, 50 ticks is a lot more, so you have to tweak that, as well as the fair value gap point size. That's where it gets a little tricky. This would probably be, you know, in the 1 to 3 point range is what you would do. But again, it's not as clean generally. So, I mean, you're free to try it. You can also, you know, use YM on this. Again, you'll have to tweak things on YM because YM moves differently than NQ, right? The range is bigger, ticks are bigger, fair value gap sizes are different. But it does take trades on YM. It takes trades on ES, takes trades on NQ. It's just about finding what works. NQ is obviously what we build things around because that's what most people do trade. You know that. It's what most people understand, right? Like I understand how, or what makes a good inverse fair value gap on NQ. I might not understand as much on what makes a good fair value gap or inverse fair value gap on gold or YM. But $10.16. I'm in a good mood this morning. I woke up, I had breakfast, I caught a nice win. I predicted the London high sweep with you guys. Yeah. I see your DM. And I don't have too big of a thesis behind it. I just don't believe it is, personally. There's so much money on the sidelines right now in the like big money hedge fund players on the sidelines. I don't know. I just believe in AI in the next 5 years, 10 years. And yeah, I don't know. I don't have too big of a thesis behind it. I just, you know. Today's been solid day for trading. I would agree. I would agree. Even though it is fairly choppy. I mean, look at the open, right? These this right here. I mean, that's not very good in this area. Might be worth a Google. I mean, yeah. I mean, I watch a lot of stuff on the stock market itself as a whole. Yeah, all the big like hedge fund guys, do say AI is a bubble. But I think they're all so many hedge fund guys and these big, stock leaders of sorts are wrong so much. They're just wrong so much, and I don't know. Like one of the most reparable stock guys said that he doesn't believe earlier this year that the ES will end the year above 6,800. Said that like 2 months ago. We're obviously almost at 7,000 now. Said that on live television. It's like, I don't know. They're just wrong a lot. That's all. You think AI is a good addition? A couple people have talked to said they're working on models for timing. When the bubble pops, I wouldn't let the thought of us being a bubble get in the way of investing. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be like, if you wanted to put 10 grand into a stock, I wouldn't just throw 10 grand into a stock right now. Definitely be scaling in, but I'm not, I mean, I did say I don't think it's a bubble, but I can definitely see how you do think it's a bubble. And part of me does think that as well. It's just, I think even if it is a bubble, we might still climb up, straight up, and these stocks might be 30-40% higher in the next 12 months before anything happens. And then you know what, a bubble does pop, and then we return and we're still up crazy. That's how I think about it. Do I think it's going to pop right now? No. Could it? I don't know, but I just think we might move up so much anyway in the near term 1 or 2 years that by the time something does happen, the retracement down, like, you're still up so much if you invest right now. And from my point of view, being 23 years old, you know, I'm buying a lot of the bigger AI stocks, bigger Mag 7 type of stocks. And, you know, I'm thinking 10, 15, 20 years down the line, right? So I'm not too worried about, you know, what happens the next 5 years. I'm just hoping over the next 10, 15, 20 years that I'm up very, very well. That's how I look at it. Obviously, everyone's in a different point. So, like, if you think it's an AI bubble, but you're planning on retiring in 5 years, then, you know, you obviously need to take a different path, probably. Like, I don't know. It's too costly than just staying in. Price of getting out right now is too costly than just staying. Oh yeah, they're looking all right. I think we're safer. Yeah, I mean, that's just the way I look at it. Is, again, in the near term, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, we might just be on a crazy bull run and we might move up 30%. And then, you know what? The pullback is 20, 30%. And then I'm still up majorly from right now or something, right? So, different ways to look at it, but well, it's 10:20. I don't think we're gonna get any trades because we haven't swept anything here. I'm already very green. I don't want to encourage people to keep trading when we have FOMC, so I think we'll call it here. It's been a very good morning. Very, very good morning. And yeah, I think we'll call it. So remember FOMC later. I think it's being released at least, so be careful on that. And then we'll be live tomorrow, I think. So thanks for joining. I will send out an email and make a YouTube video of the recap for today. And yeah, thanks for joining, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow.